What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Entertainment Channel, your front row access to the wild world of sports, where I break down the games, the drama, and all the moments that make sports so epic for us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the ultimate sports vibe here on the Entertainment Channel. But thanks for coming through, everybody. If it's your first time here, thanks for checking out a video. If it's your first time or just coming back for the first time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, thanks for coming back, showing some love to the channel. Make sure you guys hit like, comment, subscribe. That stuff all helps me grow the channel as we're building up the entertainment ant farm community. But today I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls, guys. The NBA's ultimate middle child. They lost for the third straight year in the NBA play-in tournament. So going to be doing a recap on last night's game, what this means for the Bulls' future. Then talking about, three things that really stood out to me during last night's game. Then lastly, going to talk about, this is a crazy stat, the Bulls have not won a home playoff game in 10 years, since 2015. And you probably remember that shot. I won't spoil it now, but it's one of the biggest shots in Bulls history. Definitely the Bulls, definitely last 10 years since we don't win any playoff games, or at least not any home ones. But let's get right into it, man. So I'm going to do a recap on yesterday's game. Disappointing game. The Bulls lost here we go. They lost 109-90 to the Miami Heat. It's their third straight year that they've got eliminated in the play-in tournament. And another disappointing end to the season for the Bulls. So third straight year, we lose in the play-in tournament. We don't even make the playoffs. We shook up the roster. We did all these things. It still didn't matter. But Tyler Herro, man, he absolutely dominated yesterday for the Miami Heat. He led the way for Miami with 38 points. He had 23 points in the first half. He made his first 8 shots. And Miami just dominated Chicago off the rip. They were up 71-47 at halftime, and the game was pretty much over from there. I mean, if you're watching the first half, Miami seemed to make everything. The Bulls seemed to miss everything. At one point, I think the Bulls for like 3 of 18 from three-point land, and nothing was falling for us. The only bright spot for Chicago, Josh Giddey again, 25 points, 10 rebounds. He did get held to only 4 assists. But Coby White, he had 17, but he was only 5 of 20 from the field, and he really struggled against Davion Mitchell, who was guarding him mostly for Miami. Nikola Vucevic, another 16 points, 12 rebounds, and to me, just empty stats, man. Vucevic, he goes out there, he gets double-doubles, he does stuff, but if you watch the game, a lot of the points he made, we were already down like 24-25. He was hitting like random wide-open threes. Rebounding, same thing. In the first half, when we kind of needed it, not doing much. He got killed out there, I'd say, by Bam, even by Ware, the rookie on Miami Heat. Then for the Miami Heat as well, so kind of helping out Tyler Herro. Andrew Wiggins, he had 20 points, 9 rebounds. People sleep on Wiggins. He was also probably the second best player a couple years ago when the Warriors made that championship run. And then Bam Adebayo, I mean, Olympian, all-star, 15 points, 12 rebounds. And then talked a little bit about Davion Mitchell already, but he had 15 points, 9 assists. And the Heat defense, man, they really just came out, played hard, played what you would expect from an Eric Spoelstra team. They had 10 steals and 7 blocks. So Miami pretty much dominated from start to beginning, and it was not much to be said. I mean, you look here at yesterday, 39-28, up 11 already, plus 13, and that gets them to that 71-47 halftime lead. Bulls maybe dropped it. We got 10, got it to 15 or something like that. But this wasn't really ever close, man. You take a look at, the scoring for everybody, 38 points on 13 of 19 for Tyler Herro. Very hard to stop on that side. If he was literally making everything. He was making floaters. He was making three-pointers, making just regular mid-range shots. And everybody here in Miami just pretty much owned us. Everybody has a plus minus yesterday. Wiggins plus 20, plus 14 for Bam, plus 18 for Tyler Herro. And once again, man, we just kind of got shown up in the playoffs by another coach. And Giddey, he did do everything he could, really help the Bulls. He was one of 2 players with double-digit rebound totals and a double-double performance for us. And he finished the season off strong. He recorded at least 20 points and 10 rebounds in 3 straight contests going back to the regular season. Stats do look good for him. Obviously, you see 25 points, 10 rebounds, only 4 assists, but 9 of 21 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. And this is why I have my doubts about Josh Giddey. I mean, he seems like a really good regular season player. When you don't have a scouting report, when teams are just coming in to play the Bulls at the end of the year, probably not really building much of a game plan to go up against us. He looked good. He does a lot. In a game like yesterday, he still scored, still got rebounds. But I think that kind of says a lot more about what Miami allowed him to do. Miami obviously let him shoot the ball. He had 21 shots, which was number one for the Chicago Bulls yesterday, and only 4 assists. You can see Eric Spoelstra probably cooked up a little game plan where, hey, if Giddey's there, give him the shot. Don't close out too hard. Don't run at him too much. You kind of give Giddey some space. He won't get past you as easily as if you're kind of pressing up in him trying to steal the ball. And that really played to the Miami Heat's advantage. I mean, giving Giddey 21 shots, he's obviously been scoring over 20, but him to be the leading field goal taker on our team definitely says something to me, especially when he misses 11 of those shots. And the 2 guys we relied on the whole second half of the season, Coby White, Josh Giddey, they both went for a combined 14 of 41. So the 2 guys that carried us all season, everybody's been hyping them up. I get it that they're young, but in the biggest game of the year, when the other team actually has a defensive game plan, when they implement something to stop them, they got shut down. So 14 of 41 for Coby White and Josh Giddey, that's just not going to do it. That's not going to be how you win this type of game. And for the Bulls, who are averaging over 115 points in the regular season, to get only held to 90 points yesterday, just a really great effort by Miami. But I think it also says a lot about our team, about a lot of the overhype we've been receiving. And let me know what you guys think. I mean, everybody has been either, hey, I believe in this team, we should keep building, or people like myself that are like, yo, I don't buy it. We got to get rid of these. Whoever right now has some value, do it while we can. So I don't think that there's much of any like cornerstones besides I really do like the rookie Mataz Buzelis. But Coby White, Josh Giddey, I don't really see them as like winning long-term players. And these are the type of games that show that, because at the end of the day, yeah, Miami, they've made some finals runs. Herro, Bam Adebayo, they were there when that happened, but they're also 37-45, and they came out there and just shut down the Bulls. So maybe they underachieved a little bit throughout the year, Miami Heat side, but as a Bulls fan, it does make you a little nervous that a team that's not that great talent-wise just came out and dominated us like this. And I didn't really expect it, and it's kind of funny because I told somebody I was talking to, like, yo, I see the Bulls winning this unless Tyler Herro goes crazy and has over 30. Then you pull up the box score, and of course he had 38 points. He only missed 6 shots. He made his first 8 shots and was 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from 3. Just kind of Tyler Herro's coming out game is like, yo, Jimmy Butler just had a great game in the play-in. Now it's my turn to show why Miami was cool with getting rid of him. So I don't think Tyler Herro's an ex-Jimmy Butler or anything, but clearly this dude can get buckets. I don't see it happening against the better teams, but he definitely took advantage of his matchups yesterday against the Chicago Bulls. So that's kind of the wrap up on yesterday. I mean, season's over. I didn't really expect much. Everybody on the Bulls is kind of, things always look better than they were, but the bench was just awful. And to me, that says a lot about coaching, man. I mean, you see, these are the 5 guys playing, and I get it. You want it. It's kind of a game 7 type of go home. But look at who we have coming off the bench. I mean, the guys getting more playing time. Taylor Horton-Tucker surprisingly played decent. But this roster to me is just so horrible, so mediocre. But I don't even know what they could do. There's not really a lot of options of where they can go from here, and a lot of flexibility within the roster. But 3 things to me, there was 3 things that really stood out to me. I would say, take a look at it. Let's go back to the game cached. I like this little thing. You see this? They just pretty much, we had no chance the whole game from the beginning all the way through. The game flow shows the win probability never tilted towards the Chicago Bulls. So absolute owned by the Miami Heat yesterday. They dominated on defense. They had 10 steals, 7 blocks. Giddey and Coby White, when it combined, I think 15 of 41 from the field. Davion Mitchell put the clamps on Coby White yesterday. And this really shows to me the weakness of Coby White and Josh Giddey and why they're not those 2 types of cornerstone building blocks. When a team can actually put a game plan around them, these guys are not very dynamic. They're not very big. They're not very fast. Or they're tall, at least Josh Giddey is, but those other factors that play into the NBA, I don't really see it as far as success. But 3 things that stood out to me as far as yesterday's game and for the Bulls moving forward is, number 1, Billy Donovan outcoached once again, not only by Eric Spoelstra, but just in general. Billy's now 1-4 within the playoffs with the Chicago Bulls, and he's 0-3 in the play-in tournament. The second thing that stood out to me, Patrick Williams extension, got to be the stupidest thing we've ever done. He had 0 points, 2 rebounds yesterday in 15 minutes of gameplay, and he's making like $90 million over the next few years. Then lastly, the third thing that stood out to me, Vucevic, he needs to be traded, guys. The Bulls need to get athletic down low. We need to get some athletic bigs, some guys that can move around, play some defense, shot blockers. Those things really, I feel like, are holding us back. Billy Donovan, very mid-level coach, man. I mean, talked about his 1-4 playoff record with the Bulls. He's 0-3 in the play-in tournament. And when he did have some success in the playoffs, he had no other than Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. And you could argue that they also underachieved, and they also had their playoff failures, losing that 3-1 series to Golden State a few years ago, 8 years ago now. So Billy Donovan, to me, man, he's right now, I saw it too, Billy Donovan is the 5th longest tenured coach in the NBA. So he has this great job security for someone that really doesn't do anything. We're stuck in the same spot every year. And I get it. You could say injuries. You could say whatever you want. You could say the same thing about Miami. And Miami at least manages to win the play-in game. And I would give a lot of that credit to Eric Spoelstra. So I don't necessarily, it could definitely get a lot worse than Billy Donovan, but it could also get a lot better than Billy Donovan. So that's the hard part, is if we do get rid of Billy Donovan, I know we're going to get someone stupid, some guy that's never coached before, and they're going to be completely rebuilding and horrible, versus if we keep Billy Donovan, he's at least like a competitive, average NBA coach. But if we really want to win, the Billy Donovan's not that guy. And then to elaborate a little bit more on the Patrick Williams, man, what a big waste of money. We got to take a look at that. Patrick Williams contract. So obviously the money in the NBA is crazy, but Patrick Williams, and if you don't know who Patrick Williams is, this dude and that's what's crazy, is a lot of casual fans probably don't even know him because he's that irrelevant to the team. But Patrick Williams, 5-year, $90 million contract last year. So we have him through the 2029 season, and this dude had 0 points yesterday on 15 minutes. I mean, I think he shot the ball like 2 times or something just ridiculous like that. Yeah, literally 2 times, 1 3, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 fouls. So he had more fouls than he did points, and just as many fouls as he did rebounds. So if this isn't the number one dumbest thing the front office has done, there's got to probably be something else. But Patrick Williams getting a 5-year, $90 million contract has to be the stupidest thing the Chicago Bulls franchise has done in years. Not only is he not produced, but he also plays the same position as the rookie on our team that has the most promise. So you would assume that next year, Buzelis is going to get on the playing time. Williams will probably fade into the back of the bench, or we're going to end up trading him somewhere else. So biggest waste of money. I don't know who's going to take on that type of deal. But this is what makes me nervous when you hear, AK or Arturis, the GM of the Bulls, talking. I'm like, bro, your proven track history makes 0 sense. You guys kept Levine, got rid of him for nothing. Then now you kept Williams, who's literally does nothing. His stats on the year are probably horrible. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 39% from the field, making millions of dollars this year. And he was a number 4 pick only, 5 years ago now. So he's 23. I get it. He's young, but like, this is nothing. I mean, 9 points. What's his career average? Career average, 9 points. And he's somehow getting worse. So that's what kind of scares me about Patrick Williams. Not only is he on a horrible contract, this dude's getting 5 years, $90 million, but his stats are getting worse. The offense for the entire Chicago Bulls is the best scoring offense we've ever had, I think, in an NBA franchise in our history. But Patrick Williams, his stats all went down. So this year, everybody scored more on the Bulls. His points went down. His rebounds went down. He got half an assist more. But his three-point percentage went down. His field goal percentage went down. And he played more games this year than he did last year. So Patrick Williams, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to give this dude $90 million. But that's got to be one of the dumbest decisions we've made as a franchise, because he's doing nothing. He had 0 points in the play-in game, 15 minutes, 2 rebounds, 2 fouls. And his offense is just going down, as we could see right here on his stats. More game this year played than last year, and he has less points, a lower field goal percentage, a lower 3-point percentage. I mean, there's a guy that you probably think would get cut, but we're going to have him on the Bulls because, that's how we operate, guys. Then the last thing just to talk about again is Vucevic, man. I mean, he already came out today and talked about that he's at the point in his career where he wants to play winning basketball, competitive basketball. I think you could be on a team like that if you were capable of that. I mean, doesn't play any defense, doesn't move his feet at all. He barely can score. He's taller than Bam, and Bam's pushing him out of the post. We need to get athletic. Our only two big men right now are Vooch and Jalen Smith. And Jalen Smith is just a regular backup. So, Bulls, man, there's a lot of things that need to be done, a lot of stuff that we got to work on. And I really don't know what the outlook is. The front office doesn't sound like they really know what they're doing. We've positioned ourselves to not have the best odds to win the draft lottery. So we're in another place we all know, Chicago Bulls fans. We're in purgatory. We're in no man's land. We're in the middle of like a cornfield somewhere running back and forth. We can't find the road. We can't find a way to escape. We're not dying. We're just kind of, lingering around playing possum. And of course, after that game yesterday, like everybody on Twitter, it's funny too, because the day before people are like, man, there's hope. We could make it. I think the Bulls can like make some noise in the first round against the Cavaliers, which is crazy. But then you start to see like some of these different things come out, and Twitter's quick. So you see right here, this shows you literally the definition of being in the middle. This is the definition of the middle child syndrome, of purgatory, of like keeping the status quo. 2023, 40 wins, 9 seed. Last year, 39 wins, 9 seed. This year, 39 wins, 9 seed. So no matter what we do, players get hurt, we trade players, we bring other players in. We're dedicated to that 9 seed because we're not good at being good, and we're not even good at sucking. We're just good at being okay. And that's pretty scary thoughts there as a Chicago Bulls fan. And this is what kind of blew my mind yesterday, and it's a little bit sad. And I bet you, unless you've been on Twitter, you probably don't even want to hear this, but you need to know it's going to be now 10 years since the Chicago Bulls last won a home playoff game. And the last game that they won at home, I'm sure you'll remember this, was the Derrick Rose buzzer beater against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So you see some of the players that were on this team. The only one left right now in the NBA is Jimmy Butler. Mike Dunleavy's a GM now. Joakim Noah just does nonprofits and goes on podcasts. Derrick Rose retired as well now. Paul Gasol been retired for a few years now. So pretty sad. One of the most historical, iconic franchises in the NBA. We can't even get one home playoff win in 10 years. And it sucks. I mean, 10 years, 2015, you think about all this stuff that's happened since then, how much the world's changed in 10 years. But the only thing that hasn't changed is the Bulls are just going to be right here in the middle, not doing anything to go up here, not doing anything to go down here, just maintaining status quo. But 10 years since the Bulls won a playoff series, guys, I don't even know, like, how do I deal with that? How do I cope with that? I seriously don't know. So just sad to think about right here, man. 10 years since we last won a playoff series. It was not playoff series. Oh, no, it is since we won a playoff series. So, yeah, 10 years since they won a playoff series and since they won a home playoff game. So, it's been a sad 10 years, guys. One of the most historic franchises. I mean, to think back, like 10 years since a playoff series win, and then the home playoff win was the Derrick Rose buzzer beater against the Cavs. And to think that was 10 years ago is one thing, but the sad part that was the last time we got a home win in the playoffs, guys. We have the number one attendance, too, in the NBA, so we don't deserve it as a fan base, but it is what it is, y'all. Then right here, man, this is really, I talk about what can we do to get better? What can the Bulls do to improve the roster? Number one thing right here is just a miracle in the lottery. You could see right now we're the projected 13th pick, so not inside the top 10. We only have a 5.7% chance of a top 4 pick and a 1.2% chance for the number 1 pick. The good news is, if you remember the last time the Bulls got the number 1 pick, we only had a 0.7% chance the year that we won the lottery and drafted Derrick Rose. So technically this year we have higher odds. You never know what happens. They got Cooper Flag right here in the Bulls jersey, and you already know that'd be a crazy combo. Matas Buzelis and Cooper Flag. I'd love to see that in the Chicago Bulls uniform. And that probably would be the fastest way to turn around the franchise. I don't think any moves we're going to make, any trades are going to do that. I don't think building around Coby White and Josh Giddey are going to get us to the next level. I think the best thing is Buzelis. Miracle happens. We win the lottery. We have a higher chance this year than the year that we won Derrick Rose. So, I'm a believer. But that's also why I'm a Bulls fan, because you wouldn't be a Bulls fan unless you believe that something that makes no sense is going to happen, and that would be us winning the lottery, becoming a championship contender, guys. And that's just me being hopeful. Flag 32. Is that the number he wears? I don't even know. And this is one thing, too, you keep in mind. So you see right here, Bulls lottery outlook, projected 13th pick, 5.7% chance for a top 4 pick, 1.2% chance for the top pick. And then also a couple other things that could go our way. We need Heat and Dallas to both win, so they kind of move ahead of us in those lottery rankings. If both of those happen, if they both lose, the Bulls will be the 11th seed, and we actually get a 9.4% chance to win the top 4 and a 2% chance to get the number 1 pick. So now I didn't know I was going to be cheering for the Mavericks and the Heat, but it looks like I'm going to be cheering them on because I really hope the Bulls can get lucky and get a top 5, top 4 draft pick, because honestly, that's the only thing that's going to change things around. We could see these dudes are dedicated to just keeping us that 9 seed. They sell out every year. They get like an extra, maybe a play-in game, maybe a couple play-in games, maybe one series, and it seems like that's enough for Jerry Reinsdorf. So the best chance for the Bulls is what we're looking at as a lottery. Right now we're 13th. Mavs lose, Heat lose. We could move up to be the 11th seed. That increases our chances from 5.7 to 9.4 to get a top 4 pick, and from 1.2 to 2% to get that number 1 pick, guys. So don't put your hopes into Arturis or AK. Don't put your hopes into Jerry Reinsdorf. Put your hope into the lottery ball, guys, and start hoping the Miami Heat and Dallas Mavericks win their next play-in game and make it into the playoffs. All right, so we're like 20 minutes in. Before I wrap it up, guys, these are just 3 things, too, that just make no sense to me. You kind of put them all together. I'm one of those people, I'm like, let's look at the whole story. Let's see everything that's happening here. So these are 3 things that don't make sense. Number 1, the Bulls were number 1 in fan attendance this season. So we had the most attendance throughout our home games. The second thing, we haven't won a home playoff game in 10 years. So we have the most support from our fans, number 1 attendance. We somehow haven't even won a home playoff game in 10 years. And then get this, our GM comes out and says that we need to be patient. So what does he mean by be patient? I mean, we come to every game, we show the most support, probably spend some of the most money, and then we don't get any playoff games. We can't even win a playoff game at home. And then this dude wants us to be patient. I'm not even sure how that makes any type of sense. Maybe if they lower the prices, get people to like afford to go to the game, eat more affordably, drink more affordably, they should be patient. And then when they get good, they can raise the prices back up. So he's basically telling us, you guys just, stop complaining. We know what we're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. 10 years, and it wasn't all AK, but he's had a few years now, and he's not really working out. And I think a lot of us probably know the truth is that Jerry Reinsdorf, the ownership, definitely handcuffs not only the coach, not only the GM, but everybody in the organization. So that's what's hard for me is I look at Billy Donovan and I'm like, all right, man, what is this guy doing? He's average at best. But being average with this Bulls organization is actually kind of impressive because you have people like Jerry Reinsdorf that are just holding you back. You could see that our GM, AK, can't really do anything. Coach can't really do anything. They're just being hampered. It's like working at an office, working for a company that doesn't really let you do your thing. They're watching over your shoulder, limited budget, limited all this, even though you know that money's coming through. You probably see Reinsdorf buying all types of shit, but the team doesn't do anything, spending money on pointless players. And even when we had Derrick Rose and we had the number 1 seed, they still weren't spending money. I mean, you remember that year, they're like, we're going to get LeBron, we're going to get D-Wade, we're going to get Bosh, we're going to get this star. They got in Boozer, Kyle Korver, and Ronnie Brewer. So not always been the most, flaunting money team. But we're kind of stuck here, guys. I'm right here with you guys. I don't know what we're supposed to do as a Bulls fan base. We're one of the most iconic franchises, and it's been nearly an entire lifetime of mine since we've done anything, since we've got to an NBA championship. I think 26 years ago was the last time we won an NBA championship. 10 years ago was the last time we won a playoff series, and 10 years ago was the last time we won a home playoff game. So it's not looking good for the Bulls, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Ownership's still the same. GM still the same. Coach is still the same. We're just in the same spot, y'all. And it's a sad time, man. I'm going to go sit outside and think about this. At least the weather's getting good in Chicago, though. Cubbies are looking good. Make another video talking about that. But it's not looking good for the Bulls, guys. The good part is season's over now. So I don't have to worry about them losing, but I really can't really look forward to anything for them. I mean, people are trying to say it's a bright spot, that the season ended great. I don't buy into it, but let me know what you guys think. What can the Bulls do? Is there anything that we could do? Is there any moves right now that free us up? Because I don't see anything. It kind of seems like we're in no man's land. I feel like they're definitely going to give Giddey the extension, which I don't think is a good idea. And I guarantee you Giddey or Coby White will be traded within the next 1 to 2 years. I feel that's a guarantee. They're going to give them a bunch of money. Contract's not going to be worth it anymore. They're going to end up giving them away for pennies on the dollar. And the Bulls were right back in the same bullshit middle mix again, man. And I'm saying this with a smile, but I'm really sad inside, I promise. I gotta go. All right, y'all. Stay classy. Go crazy. Tomorrow we got the last play-in games. We'll see how it goes, though. Drop a comment, hit the like button, subscribe. Deuces.